King, I agree with you. AJ's crazy. Absolutely.
AJ Lee has finally broken her silence following the shocking attack by Becky Lynch at WWE Clash in Paris. And her words carry the weight of someone who truly understands the highs and lows of the wrestling world. Known for her honesty and passion, AJ's reaction isn't just about calling out an intense moment. It's about recognizing the human side behind the spectacle. Wrestling is more than scripted drama. It's about real people dealing with real emotions, pressure, and sometimes conflict. As fans reel from the unexpected turn of events, AJ's thoughtful perspective offers a much-needed reminder that behind every headline and every fierce rivalry, there are stories of resilience, respect, and the complex realities wrestlers face both inside and outside the ring. The backdrop: understanding the context of the clash in Paris. To truly appreciate why AJ Lee's recent statement has resonated so deeply, we have to rewind to the night of WWE Clash in Paris, a night buzzing with anticipation and high expectations. The event wasn't just another stop on the WWE calendar. It was a moment to celebrate the international reach and evolving prowess of the women's division. The setting was the legendary Accor Hotel's Arena, a venue steeped in history, located in the heart of Paris. As fans filled the seats, their excitement was palpable. Cheers, chants, and the collective energy of thousands filled the air. This wasn't just a match. It was supposed to be a showcase of the best of the best. Becky Lynch, known affectionately as the Man, stood at the epicenter of the evening. Her reputation as a fierce competitor with an unbreakable spirit preceded her, and her every move ignited the crowd. Yet, what happened during the main event stunned everyone. Fans in the arena, commentators calling the match, and wrestlers watching backstage. What was expected to be a thrilling competition quickly spiraled into chaos when Becky Lynch launched a sudden, unexpected attack on a fellow superstar. AJ Lee's return to the spotlight. Why her voice matters. When AJ Lee chooses to speak, the wrestling community listens. Her name still carries weight because she represents something rare: authenticity. AJ's WWE career was defined not just by her in-ring accomplishments, including an impressive 3-time Divas Championship reign, but by her ability to weave emotional depth and vulnerability into her persona. She wasn't the typical wrestling superstar. She was refreshingly real, complex, and unapologetically herself. Even though AJ stepped away from the wrestling spotlight almost a decade ago, she never fully detached from the community she helped shape. She has become a vocal advocate for mental health, a best-selling author, and a figure unafraid to speak openly about the darker sides of the industry. From creative struggles to the pressures that come with life under the WWE microscope. So, when she decided to break her silence about Becky Lynch's shocking attack at Clash in Paris, it wasn't a casual comment on a headline-grabbing moment. It was a deeply personal and considered response. AJ understands, perhaps better than most, the intense pressures and politics that swirl backstage in WWE. She knows what it means to fight to be heard and respected in a world where every move is scrutinized and every emotion is under a microscope. The statement: AJ Lee's thoughts on the incident and its impact. AJ Lee's response came in the form of a heartfelt social media post that resonated far beyond the wrestling world. Her message was layered with concern, frustration, and a cautious optimism. She acknowledged the shock and confusion many fans felt, but also gently reminded everyone that the people we see battling in the ring are more than just performers. They're human beings juggling pain, stress, and complicated emotions. What stood out was the balance in her words. AJ didn't excuse the attack or minimize its seriousness. Instead, she called attention to the high-pressure environment that can sometimes push people to their breaking points. She emphasized the importance of addressing conflict in ways that don't harm the talent physically or emotionally. Most importantly, AJ made a plea for the WWE community, fans, management, and wrestlers alike, to prioritize respect and empathy. Wrestling is, after all, a team effort, and fierce competition should never come at the cost of humanity. "We are all fighting battles no one sees," AJ wrote, "and wrestling should be a place where we uplift, not tear down." Her words were a quiet but powerful call to action, urging WWE and its stars to foster a culture of support rather than conflict, especially within the women's division, which has grown increasingly intense and competitive. What this means for Becky Lynch and the women's division moving forward, AJ Lee's statement adds crucial context to the ongoing story surrounding Becky Lynch and the wider women's roster. The attack at Clash in Paris exposed more than just personal tensions. It revealed the escalating intensity and emotional stakes at play in WWE's women's division. For Becky Lynch, whose character has long been painted as strong, resilient, and sometimes volatile, AJ's words serve as both a reminder and a challenge. They remind fans that behind the tough exterior is a human being with vulnerabilities and limits. More importantly, they challenge WWE's leadership to take a hard look at the backstage culture and support systems in place. If such incidents are the result of unresolved tensions or neglected mental health, then change is not just advisable, it's urgent. For the division as a whole, AJ's intervention shines a spotlight on the need for evolution, not just in the storylines we see on TV, but in the environment that fosters the wrestler's growth and well-being. As a respected voice, AJ's call for unity, empathy, and respect adds urgency to conversations about how women in WWE are treated creatively, professionally, and personally. Reflecting on AJ Lee's legacy and influence, AJ Lee stepping forward to comment on this high-profile moment is a reminder of the legacy she left and the impact she still wields. Her career was more than title wins or memorable promos. It was about changing the narrative for women in wrestling. She helped pave the way for female wrestlers to be seen as more than just eye candy or side attractions. Through her character work, her sharp intellect, and her candidness about mental health and industry struggles, she challenged the WWE status quo and demanded more for herself and her peers. Now, years after leaving the ring, AJ continues that role. Not as a wrestler in the ring, but as a leader and advocate outside of it. Her willingness to speak out now is a continuation of the same spirit that made her a trailblazer, fighting for progress, respect, and change in an industry that can sometimes feel resistant to both. The wrestling community's response: a wave of support and debate. AJ Lee's thoughtful comments sparked an immediate and widespread response. Across social media platforms, wrestling forums, and insider circles, her words were met with praise for bringing empathy and maturity to a situation that could have easily spiraled into sensationalism. Many fans and insiders appreciated that AJ chose to focus on well-being and unity rather than stoking the flames of drama. Her perspective has helped shift the conversation towards how WWE might better support its talent, particularly the women who often juggle incredible physical demands alongside personal and mental health challenges. At the same time, her statement sparked debate about the systemic changes needed in WWE, from backstage culture to creative freedom. This ongoing dialogue, energized by AJ's intervention, marks an important step toward increased awareness and hopefully meaningful reform within wrestling. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe for more valuable updates.